With all due respect, are you really going to sit here and tell your audience that Democrats never blocked a VA bill? No, I'm not going to, but first I think we need to talk about the phrase with all due respect. Some of y'all think that if you add the words with all due respect, you can just say whatever stupid stuff that you want. And it doesn't work that way, because putting words in my mouth and purposely lying about what I said in a video is not with all due respect. In fact, purposely lying about what I said is pretty disrespectful. Because nowhere in that video did I ever say that Democrats did not block a VA bill. Because not once did I ever talk about Democrats in that video. I talked about Republicans and conservatives. I talked about that veterans should not vote for conservatives or Republicans because that is voting against our best interest. That doesn't mean that voting for Democrats solves all of our problems either. In a two-party system, you have two choices. Yes, I know there's a third-party option. You can vote for them, but until we have something like ranked choice voting, third party is not an actual option until the system is actually changed. Two choices. That's all you got. So with that, I have to determine, do I vote about person who doesn't care about me, number one, or person who doesn't care about me, number two? Which one do I give my vote to? So the logical answer, if we're not going to tear down the entire system and start over, is to vote for the person who doesn't care about me, but is going to do the least amount of harm to me. It's voting as a harm reduction method. One group of people actively wants me to die and cease existing, and they actively pass legislation to speed that up. The other group of people just doesn't care what happens to me as long as they continue to get richer. So I'm going to do my best to make sure the one that wants me to cease existing doesn't get into office. And right now, again, until we tear this all down and rebuild it from scratch, that means voting for the person who just doesn't care what happens to me. They're going to sprinkle a few breadcrumbs every now and then so I don't actively starve to death, but they're also not going to care that at the end of it, I'm still hungry. So yeah, right now, Democrats get my vote. They get my vote as a bisexual man. They get my vote as the father of a trans child. And they get my vote as a veteran. Because the other option are policies that call for mine and my family's extermination and policies that encourage the 22 a day number to go even higher. So unless you're actually going to start a revolution, voting is a harm reduction strategy. And if you want to do it without actually having a revolution, you need to be voting for people who will cause slightly enough change to allow third-party candidates to even be an option. Something like ranked choice voting would actually be a good start. But now that you actually know how I feel, I want to say this with all due disrespect. Don't ever come in here and try to put words in my mouth. Nobody needs a straw man.